Hello, Libra. My name is Madeline. I'm a psychic channel medium, and I'm going to do a taroscope read for the energy of Libra. I like to think that these reads will be pertinent to whatever planets you have in Libra and wherever Libra falls in your chart. Also, I make these notes every by every 2 weeks to be able to give a little bit of knowledge as to what is going on astrologically when I do my reads. So let's take a look for Libra Ascendant. Libra Ascendant right here, I made it purple so I would see it clearly. We have a lot of planets in the first house, plus we have Mars leaving Virgo and entering into Libra on the 3rd of October. We also have Pluto stationing direct in your fourth house. Libra Ascendant. By the way, this is based on Libra Ascendant, and also my reads are for your Sun, Moon, and Ascendant in Libra, anywhere, like I said already, but strongest for your Ascendant. Okay, now we looked at Pluto stationing direct October 3rd in the fourth house for Libra. So that'll be something that was some deep fears and issues around property, mother, fourth house issues, home. So maybe releasing attachment to fourth house issues. And now we also have Saturn, though, stationing direct. So any blockages around fourth house issues will now start to be showing movement forward for Libra ascending. And then we have Mars in the first house in your sign, plus all these other planets, Mercury, Venus, and the Sun. Mercury, Venus, and the Sun in your sign. And then we have the full moon in your seventh house coming on the 13th. So that would be relationships, fruition of a relationship. Because the full moon brings to light, reveals what is being materialized and what has been materialized, or new materializations. So what else can we talk about here? I think that's it. We just had the new moon in Libra last week. So that's going to be a lot of relationship energies for the axis of Libra and Aries. Okay, so let's go ahead. Call in the highest guides and angels available to us, please, our highest frequency guides and angels to guide me through this read, to give the energy of Libra. Funny thing, I see that card. The energy of Libra, clarity on actions or thoughts towards their highest best destiny during these current energies. So also I'd like to mention I have a workshop in the Pasadena area this weekend, Saturday, October 5th, in a beautiful villa. I'll be teaching divination, and I will also be giving reads. We have a energy healing person coming as well, and we'll do a group meditation. And if you want, it's at 3:30. If you'd like to come, please email me. My email is below. And if you would like a individual read, feel free to email me. All right, thank you. I'll start the read now for the energy of Libra for October 2019. 9 of Cups. 8 of Cups, I mean. Just want to make sure I'm recording. Good. I knew that was going to happen. That's crazy. That hit right in the 11th spot. I was wondering where the Libra card was going to hit, and that's my 11th card. I can't believe that. That's crazy. Okay, let's have a look. I'm going to flank the read with these. I'm going to pull a clarifier on this just for fun. The first card we get out of the deck is the Five of Swords, which is like, okay, I just thought I would do that to see why I'm opening up at the beginning of the read with a Five of Swords, which means pulling away from, you just look at the picture. The first card in the grid that I like to teach this grid at my workshops is the situation. The second card, what you think of it. Third card, what divine wants you to know. Fourth, the wild card outcome. So I pulled these two clarifiers. They're pulling out of they're pulling away from relationships that are, look, the Five of Cups and the Five of Hearts. Is this deck even shuffled? Five of Hearts, Four of Hearts. Sad situations, unhappy, again, heartbreaking situations. So the Libra are now becoming very cognizant of relationships. Now, did we look at the seventh house for Libra? We've got, oh yes. We have a lot of changes going on in relationships for Libra and the Aries axis. So there's obviously a lot of awareness happening in the minds of Libra as to what relationships, and we are talking work relationships and romantic relationships, but what those relationships are, which ones are beneficial and work and are positive, and which disappoint, because we get the Three of Swords. So it seems to me that the Librans have been giving to relationships that have been disappointing, and they have turned away from their, because my reads are show the alignment, energies in alignment, cards facing in or in alignment, cards facing out of alignment. So again, I've got this card on so many reads lately, which is the King of Cups out of alignment. Without making heart-based choices, we throw ourselves out of alignment and into disappointing situations. So, boy, I could talk about this read all day. This is a fascinating read. So let's start from the beginning here. Okay, so we get the Five of Swords, which means, and you just look at the picture, it's quite clear, a man pulling away. Swords represents thoughts, ideas, pulling away, and people, because we have people in the read. So the Libran is pulling away from relationships and old ways of thinking that bring disappointment and throw the Librans out of alignment, because this King of Wands is facing away. Even though King of Wands is not Libra, King of Swords is. This read is trying to align Librans with their passion and their heart, because this is what's coming in here. That's why the Librans end up in disappointing situations. That's why they're pulling away, because they have not aligned with their relationships that are in their heart, with a woman that's in their heart. And now if you're a man, doesn't matter. You can be a woman embodying the male energy or a man embodying the female energy, and I think a lot of people understand that concept right now, because we both hold the dual energies. We're just dominant in one of the two energies. So it looks to me like the Libran is seeking alignment of their dual internal energies, and also in relationships externally, aligning to what is in the heart. Because look at the card, the Queen of Wands is in alignment here, in the heart space. Now remember I said this is head space? My card reads are designed to align head and heart. So in the heart space, we get the Queen of Wands, which is the feminine, which is feminine version of the King of Wands. So we get that male energy is all about thinking. So the Librans have been thinking too much and throwing themselves out of alignment and not listening to their inner feminine. So that's the shift that's happening now for Librans. They're realizing that thinking thoughts is throwing them out of alignment from their passion, and causes heartbreak and disappointment, because they're not following their intuitive heart's knowing. See, we get double feminine card here. We get the nurture. This is what the divine wants you to know, that being in your divine Empress energy, which is your receptive energy towards the will of the divine, will shield you from the disappointments or the heartbreaks, which is again alignment through heart. We align with divine knowledge through receptivity, through our heart, through meditation, through being sensitive receivers, not inaction, not thinking. It's a feeling thing. So the Librans have to sort of align with their feelings, align with their intuition, align with their feminine energy in order to guide them to an abundant situation. Disappointment that hits the life of the heartbreak, disappointment, it can be in love, relationships, work relationships, but that sort of disappointments is as a result of having heart out of alignment with the desire and their true, the Librans' true joy of adventure and living a passionately exciting life. You see, here it is out of alignment in the Wands energy, and here it is in alignment, but the divine wants you to know that being the King of Hearts, King of Cups pointing that way is out of alignment. So thinking that disappoints means not in alignment with heart. Now we get to the fantastic justice card, which implicates that this is the, because justice represents the balance, which represents releasing of fears, removing fears. So this hitting in this spot is all about the Libran being themselves and balancing out this situation and finding a happy middle ground that works, which is the balance between head and heart. But remember, the head and heart will only balance when they're in alignment with each other, which means when the head knows of the heart's will. And the head is acting on behalf of the heart. That's what balanced energy is, when they both energies are working together. And so this creates, you see, now we get the moon card right next to it. So there is a deep fear. If we have wounding in the heart, we operate in our headspace. We don't want to feel because we've got pain in our hearts. That's often a motive for over operating in our headspace. Another reason for operating in our headspace too much is just fear, habit. Society just operates that way right now. So Librans, because didn't I say we have Pluto stationing direct tomorrow for Libra? Where is that stationing direct for Libra? Pluto in the 4th house. So there's a lot of so that could be that Pluto represents fears and represents Scorpio, the scorpionic energy, and then we have the moon up here, which is also very much in that energy, and these are 3 major arcanas right here together. So it sort of suggests the feminine receptivity is clearing, because if that card hits here, I know we're talking about a deep wounding, but there's balancing out of receiving divine energy to balance out deep fears and become cleared. The Ace of Swords is clear for a new beginning. So we're clearing out some deep issues here that cause the Librans to leave heart space and go to head space and make choices from the head space and give. But in alignment, the Librans are awake now, because now we're going to jump to the Judgment card, leaving the sort of unstable past behind, because emotional instability comes with operating in our heads. And I'll explain that in another read. But so fear of being trapped, or thoughts that are confining hold Librans back. But these are the fears that are currently being cleared, that are enabling, that are going to free up the Librans to sort of wake up. It's an awakening, because this is the realization card, that I realize, I understand. But I'm curious to know, just for another clarifier card on this 8 of Swords, why are we placing that here? Because Ace of Spades. So Ace of Swords, that's a double Ace of Swords. Interesting. And that's coming right after that. So this is clarity. Interesting. This is clarity where the thoughts have been trapped, and caused harm. So again, this card came twice. Again, we're asking about these sword cards. So Ace of Spades is Ace of Swords, clarity, new truth, new knowledge, information that becomes aware of the thoughts that cause restriction and binding and that hold the Librans back. They're going to start. Libra is the sign of communication. It feels like communication is going to open up for Librans in some way. In what way? Let's have a look. In what way is communication opening up for Libra because of this awakening? What will be instigated now as a result of all of this? That is so funny. This is my secret card that represents union, divine partnership, divine relationships in general, abundance. So Librans are clearing some deep fears here around, the Empress is home and mother issues, and we said the 4th house, which is also Cancer. So there's some deep fears being cleared here, realizations of some thoughts that are confining, that hold them back from abundance, deep balancing out of these fears, realizations, understanding of the thoughts that are very confining and holding the Librans back, and stopping them from operating in their truth, in their true intuitive knowledge of who and what they are and what they want and they desire to take forward, how to take their lives forward. I hope that was clear. Thank you, Libra. Namaste.